Welcome to Being Stoic, where every night, just as the world quiets down, our minds seem to do the opposite. We've all been there, lying in bed, staring at the ceiling, our thoughts racing through what we did wrong today or what tomorrow might bring. It's exhausting, isn't it? But you're not alone in this mental marathon. Overthinking is like an itch you can't scratch, stealing your peace both day and night. What if I told you there's a way to silence those overwhelming thoughts? Today, we're diving into the powerful wisdom of Stoicism, an ancient philosophy that's still just as practical and life-changing today as it was thousands of years ago. Now, this isn't about abstract theories. This is about actionable tools that can help us regain clarity and calm in a chaotic world. If you're ready to stop the mental noise and reclaim your peace, stay with me. We're about to explore how Stoic practices can help us live more intentionally. Before we begin, do me a favor. If you find value here, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss future insights. Trust me, you'll want to watch this entire video. Each minute is packed with value to help you quiet your mind. Lesson 1. Action over analysis. You know those moments when your mind is racing with what-ifs and maybes, and suddenly hours have slipped by, and you've done nothing. That's what overthinking does. Stoicism offers us a simple antidote. Prioritize action over endless thought. Take Marcus Aurelius, the Stoic emperor, who said, "The secret of all victory lies in the organization of the non-obvious." Marcus didn't just sit and think. He took action. Here's the key. Action, no matter how small, moves us forward. Overthinking, on the other hand, keeps us stuck. Have you ever noticed that once you finally make a decision, even if it's just taking a small step, a weight lifts off your shoulders? That's because action is liberating. Let me share a quick personal story. I once had a project idea, but I spent weeks planning and perfecting it in my head. Guess what? It went nowhere because I was paralyzed by the fear of not getting it right. But the moment I took action, things shifted. It wasn't perfect, but it was progress. That's the magic of Stoicism, focusing on what we can control right now instead of obsessing over uncertain outcomes. So what's one small action you can take today? Make that phone call, send that email, or simply organize your space. Tiny steps lead to big progress. Remember Seneca's wise words, "It is not because things are difficult that we do not dare. It is because we do not dare that they are difficult." Lesson 2. You're not that special. Now, this lesson might sound harsh, but stick with me. You're not that special, and that's a good thing. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself in his meditations, "You could leave life right now." Let that determine what you do and say and think. This isn't about lowering your self-worth. It's about putting things in perspective. We often overthink because we believe the world is watching and judging our every move. But here's a reality check. Most people are too caught up in their own lives to care much about ours. That's freeing, isn't it? How many times have you hesitated to post something online or start a new project out of fear of judgment? Here's the truth. People will forget. You are free to live your life without the constant fear of being scrutinized. So go ahead, take that risk, whether it's a new job, a bold idea, or even something small. You'll realize that the world keeps spinning, and you'll feel lighter for having tried. Lesson 3. Comparison is the thief of joy. We've all done it. Scrolled through social media, comparing our lives to someone else's highlight reel. It's a surefire way to feel less than. But here's what the Stoics teach us. Focus on what's within your control. And guess what? Other people's lives, not in your control. Epictetus said it best. Focus on what you can control and let go of what you cannot. By constantly comparing ourselves to others, we waste energy on things we can't change. The only thing that matters is your own journey. When you stop competing with others and focus on your growth, life feels a whole lot more fulfilling. Lesson 4. Perfection is a myth. Let's get one thing clear. Perfection doesn't exist. When we chase perfection, every mistake feels like a failure. It's a toxic cycle of stress and dissatisfaction. Seneca wisely said, "We suffer more in imagination than in reality." Often, it's our impossible standards that cause more distress than the actual imperfections in life. What if, instead of aiming for perfection, you focused on progress? Every mistake teaches us something. Marcus Aurelius said, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." So, embrace your imperfections. Each misstep is part of your unique journey, and that's where real growth happens. Lesson 5. Your emotions are not reality. Emotions can be overwhelming, but Stoicism teaches us that they don't define reality. Marcus Aurelius urged us to step back and question our feelings, asking if they're based on fact or just a knee-jerk reaction. It's easy to let emotions cloud our judgment, but when we learn to manage them rather than letting them control us, we make better decisions. Remember, it's not the events that disturb us, it's our interpretation of them. So, next time you're feeling overwhelmed, pause. Ask yourself, is my emotion clouding my perspective? You'll find clarity and peace in the answer. Lesson 6. Detach from outcomes. Much of our stress comes from clinging too tightly to outcomes we can't control. Epictetus said, "Some things are in our control, and others are not." The key is to focus on effort, not results. When you detach from the outcome, setbacks are just part of the journey. If you're trying to adopt a new habit, for example, focus on the daily practice, not on a distant goal. Success comes from the process, not the result. Lesson 7. The present moment is all you have. Finally, the most important Stoic lesson, the present moment. Marcus Aurelius said, "Confine yourself to the present. The past is gone, the future is uncertain, but the present, that's where life happens. When you focus on the now, you enrich every experience. Whether it's spending time with a friend or working on a project, being present allows you to live fully and intentionally." And that's a wrap. Thank you for being part of the Being Stoic community. If this video brought you value, check out the suggested videos to continue your journey into Stoicism. Remember, every moment is an opportunity to live fully and think deeply.